So today we are talking about FC25 Career Mode once again. We're going over the things you may not know about the mode. If you haven't been paying attention, or if you haven't read the deep dives, if you haven't been watching all my videos, and you just know the basics about Career Mode this year, you'll know that the main features are going to be live star points, women's manager career, FCIQ, player career with icons. Now those are the headline new features, but there's also little details that we need to go over as well, little features as well. And like I said earlier, depending on how much you've been keeping up with the latest news, you might know everything I'm going to talk about in this video. But if you haven't, I hope this video helps you out. FC25 is coming out very soon. Make sure you subscribe now because there's a lot of videos still to come. So let's talk about icons in player career. This is one of the headline features this year, but we need to dig a little bit deeper and go into more detail. EA says that in FC25 player career, you can now play with some of the greatest names in football history and bring them into the modern game. You can dive into the player career experience by selecting one of the available icons and see how they would thrive in modern day football. You can make your own history with icons presented at the peak of their ability, enabling you to jump straight into high-level action. Everyone knows that part, but let's talk about the things you might not know about this feature. You might think that all the icons will be available to use on day one, but that is not the case. In this photo, we've got Beckham here, and of course there'll be other icons, but they won't all be available on day one. EA says that the list of available icons will update and change over time to give players different experiences. Be sure to check in throughout the season to see which icons you can play with. So if you had a favorite icon in mind ready to go for day one, they might not even be available in player career mode on day one. These are the day one icons confirmed by some news outlets online. Kelly Smith, Pirlo, Van Nistelrooy and Thierry Henry. You may not know about this one as well, but if you pre-order the game, whether it's the standard or the ultimate edition, you get 3 extra icons to use on day one. So you can start your player career with Beckham, Zidane and Ronaldo Nazario. You should pre-order the game if you want to play with these players on day one because they won't be available if you don't. Did you know this year that Career Mode is getting a new updated menu? This is a little bit of a redesign and it's going to introduce a new feature called the task list. This is a dynamic rundown of pending actions that players may want to engage with during their saves. It's going to offer different suggestions from youth academy stuff, board objectives, tactics as well. It's going to be like a shortcut feature where you just click the task and it takes you straight to that part of the menu. You can see the different tabs at the top. That'll take you from the central tab to youth academy to transfers to the office, customize. And there's also something if you hold L2 down, it might bring up some extra things as well. You've got a very basic background and you've also got a new tile on the right, which is not the news section, but it's the social media section. You might not have known, but EA did introduce social media this year to FC25 Career Mode. You'll be able to see the most important news regarding achievements, match results, upcoming matches, transfer news and much more. Clubs, leagues, players, fans and news outlets are going to be posting, covering narratives from both on and off the pitch. Whether you're managing a top team in manager career or a player in player career, you're sure to be the subject of many stories, being a hero at times and an anti-hero at others. So we have a post from Salmon who says, Man City's going to shine this season and I'm happy to be a part of it. And there's some comments underneath. You can even hide the comments if you really wanted to. You may not have known about this one as well, but EA has put Fabrizio Romano into career mode this year. You're going to see posts from him announcing new transfers, like this one on your screen right now. But alongside Fabrizio, there's going to be official news outlets as well. An example here is The Athletic, and they're going to announce certain things in the game as well. In this case, it was the transfer window opening up. There's a new feature in player career mode, and it's called Origin Story. This is the new way to start player career mode saves, but it's going to bring a fresh perspective to player career. There's 3 paths, each with their own advantages and challenges. You can start with the Great Expectations storyline. There's the Climb to the Top storyline and also the Return to Glory storyline. Depending on which one you select, it's going to affect different stats like your age, your starting skill level, your personality tier, your dominant personality as well, plus some pros and cons of your ability. Now you might be thinking, what happens if I don't like these 3 different origin stories and I want to do something a little bit different? Well, there's actually a custom start option as well. If you have your own story ideas, you can set up your own starting conditions as part of the custom start. You can change the age, the skill level and the personality type. Apparently there's a clean slate option as well. EA said if you're happy starting from the traditional point of a young player that you can develop and mold, you can select the clean slate option and see where that takes you. So that's probably the more traditional way of setting up career mode like in FC24. For those people that play career mode in the French league, you should get a little bit more excited this year because EA has done a full league scan. They've scanned a lot of French clubs and they're going to add in a lot of new faces for that area of the game. Game settings in career mode are getting much better. This should be one of the best features coming to career mode this year. We've got a new customization system which is going to give us new sliders and gameplay settings. So you know how career mode has gameplay, Ultimate Team has gameplay. Over the past games, it would always be combined gameplay, and a lot of people didn't want that anymore. They wanted a separate career mode gameplay, which is more sim-like, more slower, more realistic. Now we've got these settings in the game. So you've got your standard sliders, of course. I think there's some new ones they introduced as well. Tackle aggression, build up speed, shot frequency, first touch pass frequency, crossing frequency, dribble frequency, and skill move frequency. But you've also got the simulation gameplay type, which is a slower sim style experience that is closer to what you'd see in a live football match. These are the following preset slider settings that will come into effect during the sim mode. There's also going to be wind effects. I don't know if that's going to affect too much in the gameplay, but they do say that it's going to affect the ball flight in the smaller stadiums. They've also expanded the settings so you can make the board expectations harsh, slowing the training plan recovery rates down, creating a transfer embargo. For players who want a more relaxed experience, they could create a game where a huge financial takeover has just happened, where they can't get sacked. That is a big feature as well, because in FC24 Career Mode, it doesn't matter if you've won 4 trophies in the season, you'll still get sacked because you didn't sign a youth player from Australia. That's pretty much going to fix half my issues with this game mode. There's also another setting under the simulation gameplay. It's called AI behavior, and this is also going to be good. If you set this to dynamic, it means that the sliders that you have are going to be the same as the tactical sliders, but the slider values will fluctuate slightly from their tactical values, allowing for more variety when playing opponents multiple times. So if you end up playing Man City 4 times in a season, their AI gameplay sliders are going to be a little bit varied each time you verse them, which means that they're not going to behave the same each time you verse them. They're going to behave a little bit differently. Once again, this is one of those features that sounds good on paper, but we don't know until we actually play the game how it's going to behave. You can even have a setting where there's no scouting. You can even have a setting where players develop faster. So yeah, so many more settings now, which is something we needed in the mode as well. One thing you may not know about is that creating player faces now for your player career is going to be much better. There's new technology this year. You can create a more realistic looking avatar with a large variety of new face customization options. It's also known as cranium technology, where players are able to sculpt each element of their avatar's face down to every little detail. You can create male and female players and be as varied as you wish in their setup. I don't know if this is coming to Manager Career Mode, probably not. With tattoos and accessories available for your avatars to bring out their personality and reflect your preferences. There's also a variety of hairstyles and skin tones. This is what it looks like in FC25. You can put different things like scarring, face makeup. You can put freckles on the player. There's so many different forehead designs and jaw designs, ears, cheeks. And then there's also a sculpt button as well, which we're going to take a look at soon. There's different hairstyles you can put on the player this year. There's a thing called basic sculpt and also advanced sculpt. That is for the skull, and you can probably do other parts as well, like the upper forehead. There's eyebrows, eye sockets, ears. If you press the triangle again, it takes you to an advanced sculpt setting, and this unlocks a deeper level of customization. It says fat here for upper neck, flesh, and then there's also skeletal. Despite the new technology, you still can't scan your face and put it into the game, but they did say that you could set new celebratory and set piece animations, as well as a number of running styles that can complement your appearance. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and remember to subscribe, and hit the thumbnail in the middle to watch another FC25 video.